I have to admit, I wasn't a fan of the in-season tournament idea at first, but let me tell you, from what I'm seeing, the competition level, it did not disappoint. It's giving me playoff intensity because, the reason why I wasn't a big fan of it is because the grand prize is 500,000 per player. But for most NBA players, 500,000 ain't nothing for the majority. For you and
Not for
I,
those bench
yes.
players.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The majority, that's like,
Mhm.
okay, you're giving me more money on top of money. What is that? What is my motivation there? But yeah, you're right. For those 9, 10, 11, 12 deep down in the bench, it's
Mhm.
a big deal.
Yeah. One thing I do like about the in-season tournament, I did see more of the bench players get more minutes. I appreciate that. So I'm glad that the teams are figuring out a way to showcase their bench players a little bit more. And another thing I like about the in-season tournament, at least these games do count toward the regular season standings. So because it would be useless if they didn't. So I appreciate
Hmm.
that as well. And knowing that these teams are and competing for I heard someone say the NBA Cup. Like, it's just like another way to look at the in-season tournament as something that they can strive for. And also note to be the first team ever to accomplish this in the first year of this in-season tournament, it could be a pretty big deal. It could be a
Hmm.
pretty big deal.
Hmm.
So I think that the intensity is there, and I think what helps is that these games count toward the standings. That is the
Yes.
that is it. That's the indicator right there. Otherwise, if they didn't, I don't think we would see any of the stars playing in these games. Mm-mm.
Right. Because why would they risk more wear and tear when half of them
Exactly.
don't play the whole season anyway, right?
Anyway, yes, yeah,
Yeah, but
yeah.
I think one of the first things that just jumped out at me, I mean, couldn't help it, but those floors, I don't like them. They're way
I
too bright, way too
do.
busy. I mean, it was hard to see the players at times. They just blended in. It was just too much. The jerseys, just the whole optics, I wasn't a real big fan of.
I like it. I like the fact that it's the separation between what we see during regular season games. Although this is a regular season game, but the highlight of the floor, I think I like it. I like the fact that the championship trophy or the cup is where the free throw line is. I like that. I actually like it. I like the color of the floors. I love the jerseys. I think the marketing of it it's going to take a minute to catch on, but I think it's going to be nice. I like it
Yeah,
actually.
okay,
Yeah.
okay. I think there's a lot of mixed emotions on that though on social media. I mean,
I
some
can
people,
imagine.
they agree with you, and there's a lot of people that be like, it's too much going on. But I think as we look back,
Yeah,
let's say 5 years from now, if we see a clip, we'll immediately know, oh,
exactly.
this was part of the
Yes.
in-season tournament. This was not necessarily a regular season game.
Yeah, because
Yes.
without the floor change, you would not know the difference.
Right, right.
So that's what I'm saying. From a marketing perspective, I can see the need for it. Now, if the argument is that they can tone down the bright the saturation of the colors, maybe
Yes.
that's what it is. Then
Yeah.
I can support that because it is something new to get used to. But eventually, like anything else, we'll get used to seeing it, and we'll just go on about our business. But I do like the fact that it is different. It has to be different in order for it to stand out. Otherwise, it wouldn't matter.
Okay, okay, I agree with that. All right, so look, the Milwaukee Bucks and the New York Knicks played the very first game of the in-season tournament. As usual, Milwaukee Bucks dominating. I mean, what?
What did we expect? What
Yeah.
did we expect? I mean, I think the Knicks gave a good run for it, but I mean, at the end of the day, we're talking about the Bucks.
We're talking about the
And if we're talking about Giannis, Giannis is not going to play when it comes to winning anything.
Bucks. Yes, yes.
NBA trophy, in-season tournament, NBA Cup, whatever it is, he's gonna strive to win that. And then again, to be the first team to accomplish it is huge. So yeah, I can see that.
Yes, in terms of the New York Knicks, now, yes, you're right. They fought a valiant effort, 110 to 105, but Julius Randle, I don't think he's gotten the memo yet. This is Jalen Brunson's team, and he is the first option. I don't need Julius Randle going 1 for 9 from the 3-point range and 5 for 20 from the field and ball hogging at the same time. Like, that is not a recipe for success.
I want him to know that that this is a team effort. And I think it's a problem for him.
Yeah.
He doesn't like it. And it's displaying itself on the court. He may not
Yeah.
say it. He may say all the right things, but his body language and the way he handles himself on the court indicates to me like, no, this is my team. Did you forget? Yes.
We forgot.
We
Well,
did.
especially when you got Jalen Brunson dropping 45 points, 17 for 30 from the field, 9 for 11 from the free throw line. I mean, blowing kisses to the crowd. He's like, look, what's up? This is my team, and I'm running the joint. Look at this. I'm
Yeah.
balling.
Yeah. I don't know. I want Randall to just take a step back, relax, relax into the game, and then come out and play hard. I just think he seems really antsy. Like,
Hmm.
I got to get these shots off, but they're not hidden, Julius. They're not hidden.
They not hitting.
They're not hidden. So
Yeah.
you know what? So if that's the case, then go ahead on and get your defense on. Like, what's your trigger? You know, this ain't working for me, but I'm still gonna be an impact because you can still be 1B. You can still be 1B and still
Yeah.
have a major, impact on the game. And you can't compete with Jalen Brunson when he out here doing the thing and you not. I don't know what else to
Hmm.
say. When we
Yeah.
know that you can, Julius Randle, we know that you can. And you just haven't been able to do that. I don't know what it is this season. I haven't been impressed with his play at all. At all. I know that we're only
Mhm.
5 or 6 games in, but I hope he gets it together soon.
Me too. For the sake of the New York Knicks and their fan base. But what do you think about Damian Lillard on the Bucks now that we've seen him play a couple of games?
I don't know. Where's the debut at? Did he go cold? I don't know. I'm still, again, it won't matter to me, honestly, until the postseason. I'm still there. So I don't care what he does in the regular season. The Bucks were going to do it anyway. That's just kind of how I feel about it. And so I'm still not on board with Damian Lillard in a Milwaukee Bucks jersey. I'm quite sure it's nice when he put up his debut numbers. We all loved it, but he has since gone a little cold. And I'm just like, again, Giannis is going to do it. It's going to happen regardless. So I don't know. What about you?
Well, I like the fact that they are allowing him to take those end of game shots, and he's been
Yeah.
making them. You know, he
Yeah.
sealed the game against the New York Knicks. I mean, had it not been for that, I
Yeah.
just don't know if the Bucks would have won. But you know, Brooke Lopez is he's a force to be reckoned with in the paint. 8 blocks in that game. Brooke is not here to play. That's just Bucks culture too. You know.
Exactly. And he wasn't here to play last season. You know, I had him on my list of defensive player of the year. So I
Yes.
ain't even surprised that he has carried that on. And I'm glad that he's carried that on to this 2024 season. It is exactly what the Bucks need. So yeah, I got no problem with it.
Hmm.
Absolutely. Brooke Lopez is one of the dudes I think that I look forward to seeing when I'm watching the Milwaukee Bucks. Yes. Hmm.
Yeah, so there was another in-season tournament game going on between the Warriors and the Thunder. Golden State got away with 141 to 139 in
They did.
OKC.
They did not. Draymond
Yes.
Green did not touch that ball. Did you not watch the
Yes.
replay
Yes.
multiple times?
Yes, I did. To me, he touched the ball in the rim, and him doing so impacted the game in the shot. You just can't do it. There's a rule book for a reason. You can't do it. Otherwise, let's just call this FIBA. Let's just call it FIBA. This is the NBA. I just think that I think the refs got punked by Draymond Green
I
because
don't
all of
think.
his demonstrative antics were not being called what do you call it? Technical fouls, and they should have been.
Mhm. Yeah. Well, I mean, hey, you know what? I just know that I don't think he touched the ball. After watching the replay multiple times, I don't believe he touched the ball. I don't believe he
Uh,
touched the ball. However, Chef Curry ain't nothing to play with. Chef
uh,
Curry. He's nothing to play with. Is he on an MVP run
could
this
be. That would be
season?
great. Hmm.
I'm saying, where do you need this shot to? Where do you need for me to shoot this shot from? Because that's exactly what I'm going to do. And I will say this: the Draymond Green and Chef Curry. See here, we're gonna call him Chef Curry. Then Draymond Green and Steph Curry's pick and roll. You can't even.
It's
It's
lethal.
unmatched. It's
Yeah,
unmatched.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
unmatched. It's guaranteed every time.
Yeah, that comes from playing together for,
Oh my God. And
15
what's
years or
so
whatever.
interesting about it is that every team knows about it and you still can't contend with it. You still can't handle it because you
Yeah.
know what's going to happen and
Mhm.
you still can't handle it. It's just like, what?
Yeah.
It's amazing. It's amazing to see. I do hate that Shea Gilgeous-Alexander didn't play in this game. I
Oh my
really hated that.
gosh.
I really didn't like to see him on the sideline. I really wanted him to suit up. But you know what? Protect your knees. And so I'm okay with him resting. Oh, is this a rest? Did they violate the resting policy? I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, but you know what? It says a lot that Shea wasn't able to play, and OKC took the Golden State Warriors
Oh,
down to that
oh,
0.2 seconds.
I'm telling you.
That says a lot about Lou Dort. What's up, player of the game? 29 points, 6 for 6 from the 3-point range. What's up, Lou Dort?
Come on, holla at me. Holla. Hey, if you've watched any of our other videos that we've put up, I mean, this is Lou Dort is he, he may not be the main name, but he is somebody that you need to watch for when you're on the court with him. Yes, yeah. Lou Dort didn't. He came to play. He came to play. I
He
loved
sure did.
it. I loved it.
Yes, yes. And I like the fact that all of the starters for OKC, plus Isaiah Joe off the bench, they all had double figures. Shet Holmgren didn't back down from the competition.
He did
I'm
not.
like, come on, Shet. Yes, this is refreshing. I love this. OKC Thunder, they are next up in terms of building from the draft, right?
Yes,
And
yes.
keeping everybody together, hopefully.
Yeah, I was not initially on board with CP3 joining the Warriors. However, I'm not mad at him leading the second unit. I'm not mad at that.
Hmm.
I kind of like it a little bit. So we'll see how the season continues. But it looks good out there, especially when he's out there with the other players from the bench. I like it.
Yeah.
And that's why I like the in-season tournament for that reason in particular. When I saw that, I said, "Now, see, I can get with that, seeing what the talent looks like. I'm not mad at it from the Warriors'
Hmm.
perspective. So I
Hmm.
did enjoy that, and I hope they continue to do that, and he continues to do really well in leading the second unit. I think he's owned his role with the Golden State Warriors, and that owning that role will make his me accept him being on the Warriors a lot more smoother. So I like that. And that Dario Saric, I'm how you doing, Dario? What?
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
welcome to the team.
I'm saying.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah, he did. He's a really, really good backup. I like to see him out on the floor, and I think he just adds value again to what the Warriors are trying to put. The Warriors' chemistry this season so far has seemed to be pretty tight. They're really connected, and it's finally, I guess, because they got rid of the cloud over their roster or organization last season, and now there's like it's a fresh start. But I don't know. The Warriors is looking pretty good. I don't
Yeah,
know.
they do. They
However,
do.
I'm with you on the fact that these other teams, they giving it to them. They got to work hard to get it. It ain't
Oh
easy.
yeah. Oh yeah.
It's not easy. Yeah.
Yeah, real quick, if I could swing back to CP3. I mean, yeah, playing with the second squad, 13 assists.
I know.
I mean, zero turnovers. If you want someone to take care of the basketball and to be effective on the court without having to score 30 points, that's your guy. Your
Yep.
CP3 right there.
Right. Yeah, exactly. I like it. I like it. You know what? Another thing about the Warriors, when we're talking about their players, that Gary Payton II, he reminds me a lot of how I view Bruce Brown with the Nuggets last season. He gives
Mm,
me that type of punch for the Warriors. And you need a guy on your roster. That's why, and I say Bruce Brown with the Nuggets in the 2023 season. It's way to be seen what he does with the Pacers. But right now, what I see about Gary Payton in particular, I said, I like it. I like that. And that's what I love about players who know how to get in where they fit in. He's one of them. Not too
right.
tall, not too big, just right. Just right. Like the porridge.
Oh my
Sorry, I'm
goodness.
tripping. Not too tall, not too big, but he just right. No, but
Yeah.
he gives that he's where you need him to be. I like what I'm seeing so far from Gary Payton. So yeah.
Yes, exciting. I mean, hey, in-season tournament is it's becoming must-see TV for me.
Yeah,
The
yeah,
playoff
yeah.
intensity, all for the cup and 500K. So
And 500. And you know what? Last thing. When Shed Holmgren had to go to the line to do those clutch free throws, I
Yeah.
was bracing myself. And when he made both of them, I said, "Now I know you my guy. You know,
Yes.
for you to be a rookie, second year rookie, I guess, and to have poise at the free throw line when the shots really matter, because really the game could have been over at that point. And he
Yes.
made both of them. I said, okay, he's gonna be all right with
Yeah.
me.
Especially
Mm,
with all that was going on between Draymond and the refs at that moment. Shaq was
right.
able to just, block it all out and go on
Yep.
up here and hit these two. And
Yep.
that's that. Yeah, I was
Considering
impressed with
he
that too.
considering he had just got up from the floor from getting elbowed in the face. Considering all that he
Yes.
went through during that game to be able to focus, gain his posture, and knock them 2 free throws down. I said, "Now that's what I'm talking about," because some of your veterans can't do it.
Yeah.
So I appreciate that
Yeah.
about
They would
Shaq.
have
So
been
I
back in the
again,
locker room.
mm.
Yeah.
So what I'm saying is that the OKC, I don't know what the outcome would have been had Shea Gilgeous been on the floor.
I
Interesting.
know.
Mm.
Okay, so what's interesting about the in-season tournament is I kind of, I was getting into it and then it's like, oh shoot, now we're back to regular games. When
Yeah.
does the next batch of in-season tournament games take place? It's just weird.
Yeah, yeah. You know what? I would have preferred. I would have preferred if they would have just taken this chunk of time in all games during the start of the NC tournament, all games at the start of the in season tournament, just being a collective, a bunch of games.
Yes.
Let us talk about it now and then move on. There's so many other games that are going to be taking place during the week. Why not just group it all together?
Yes.
And end the year with someone winning, hoisting the NBA Cup,
Yeah.
and then start the new year with the rest of the regular games. Yeah, I know. I don't like the gap in between each in season tournament games. I don't like
Yeah.
that.
NBA, are you listening?
But again, this is the first season, that they're doing this. Hopefully they'll change it for next season. But it should be because when you are talking about playoff type games, that type of intensity during that period of time is so special. I think they could have had that for the in-season tournament games had they have just been on consecutive days.
Yeah,
So
I agree.